What's up? Hanging out at XRP early for once. It's a rare occasion that I show up somewhere early. I think we're only like third in line. Nobody behind us. That's how prepared I am. Figured I'd hang out for a little bit while we wait for them to open up the gates in about like half an hour, 45 minutes. On this lovely Friday. Unlike Bandamere. Yeah, exactly. Kayla, are y'all coming today or tomorrow? My roll cage is done. Now are you ready to tune it? I don't know. Doesn't start till 8 p.m. I think they're gonna start running at 6. I'm not sure though. I know we got here early as hell so that we could get a good spot, which hopefully it looks like we will. But yeah, I think tonight is all. I think it's all grudge racing. I don't think there's any classes at all. So it's probably going to be a bit of a cluster. I know Nick is, obviously. Well, I don't know if Nick is he? Trying to get somebody to watch the kiddo so I can be there. Awesome. You can leave him by him. He's old enough. You can leave him by himself. He can hold down the fort. You may come back to some madness, but I'm sure he'll still be alive. House might be on fire though. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember looking at the schedule. I don't know if it starts at 8 or starts at 6, but they're going to be going pretty late, I'm sure. I'm actually pretty surprised how few people stayed here and are still here. Like, there's a lot of good pit spots left. I thought it was going to be just completely packed from yesterday. I think it was really expensive to get in yesterday, so only the big rigs and stuff showed up. Let's see. So like all these spots, like still here right by the fence, these are still available, and then all of those down there, it's a good amount still available. So yeah, I think we'll get a good spot. I'm stoked. I hate getting a shitty spot. I hate being away from everybody and too far from the staging lanes. Or do I have to lock in a race with you, then lose, then you go over my data and tell me where you beat me? You know, that's not a bad method, but I don't know if I'll win. Let's see. Will Murder be there today? Yeah, I think he's going to be here. I'm not too sure what time he's planning on getting here. I was talking to him yesterday, and he asked what time I was getting here. I said noon, and he didn't reply. So probably too early for him. But I was watching it stream for a little bit last night. I don't know how long he ended up going. I don't know if it was a long drinking stream. I assume he's going to be here. It'd be crazy for him not to. I felt it wasn't the same with him not being here. I was trying to watch live feeds. I was watching Lookout, but dude, so he's probably not on here, but I wonder if he'll look at it later on. The noises that Lookout Racing, and if you guys haven't seen his drone footage and stuff, he does like live sessions from his drone at a bunch of racing places. It's Lookout Racing, and the sounds that his drone makes when it starts getting like low on battery or you know, whatever it's making the sounds for, it freaks my dog out. So I can't watch his, if I watch it, I gotta watch it with no sound. It sucks. So yeah, I was kind of bummed that Murder wasn't there last night with the awesome live footage. Gino said, I'll be there tonight. Awesome. Hopefully we get a good pit so everybody can hang out. Yes, sir. Grudge night. All freaking grudge. Which is going to be, I don't know, it's going to be interesting. I'm not really the grudging type as far as like money betting and stuff. I brought some money with me, but it's all going to be really small bets, and I don't think these guys do small stuff. Like everybody out here is looking to try to make some money. And unfortunately, they'll make it off of me if I bet. What time does racing start? I think it's either at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I'm not too sure. I gotta look at the schedule. If you go on either Hood to Hood Racing, or I'm sure they have it on the event page, the schedule. Cameraman, hell yeah. I'm down. Dude, you still gotta give me those clips. Hey, if you don't want to edit those clips together, that's fine. Just send it on over to me. I want to put it in an upcoming video. I need to have it first, and then I'll fit it into whichever video I do. Is the big 50K race happening, or Rose G-Body still broke? I saw his car out yesterday, so I think it's still going. Dr. Streetcar, what's up? But I don't know if they're doing that race. I'm not too sure if that's going on. I mean, there's going to be a lot of, I'm sure, big money races going on. There's already a bunch lined up. They have it on not on the flyer, but they put out another flyer that had all of the like locked in big races announced and what time they'll be at. So it'd be cool to watch, and then I'm sure a bunch of races will get set up. I don't know what I'm looking for. We're looking for, I want to race some fast guys, but the problem is a lot of fast guys will only race for big money. So I don't know what we'll end up doing, but I'm gonna hit the shit out of it today. That fuel seemed to work out good last time. I haven't done the video. I didn't even actually get to do a video this week. That's why I wanted to at least go live. But I just didn't have the time this week, unfortunately. But I went testing with the new fuel last week. So we got 50% methanol, 50% gas in just like regular 93 pump. And I had no idea what the hell I was going to do. But it went well. I mean, we turned it up to about 25 pounds. And I let it taper off. But, I mean, it ran like normal. And it's not really consuming a crazy amount more fuel. So I think we'll be good. I drained out the fuel earlier this week, put some regular gas in it. That's what's in it right now. So as soon as I get pitted and everything, I'll have to swap the fuel out, put the M50, the methanol mixture, back in there. But I think I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell because I didn't do like a normal pass that I could lay over one of my other passes. But the goal wasn't really to even make more power. It was just to lose some weight, get rid of the intercooler, and then use just enough methanol to, make it still okay to run no intercooler. But man, I think it's actually making more power per PSI than it was. So today, as long as these tires work out, we should be good to go. I couldn't find a Radial Pro to save my life. They're all like 3 to 4 weeks back ordered, so I didn't even want to order any. But our friend Hunter, I got his old tires, which are they're a little further gone than I thought they were going to be. But they should have a couple of passes to get me through tonight. And then I got some tires that one of them showed up earlier this week, and then the other one's supposed to be showing up today. So I'm going to try to get Tanya to bring me the tire, and I'll swap them out in the morning before everything starts tomorrow. So I don't know, it should be interesting. Those other tires that I got are not they're not what I usually run. They're the Hoosier drag bracket radials. So I'm not sure if they're going to act more like a slick or more like a radial. There's a lot of variables there. So today I'm going to be running on these tires. And if you see the indicators, I mean, there's a decent amount of life left. I think they'll definitely get me through tonight, but probably only tonight. I don't think they're going to have a whole lot of life beyond that. So I think we'll probably only get like 3 passes tonight anyway, so shouldn't be a big deal. Can't wait. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, it's going to get crazy. There's going to be tons of people here and a lot of really fast cars. I mean, just look at the type of tow rigs that are showing up here today. They got some nice stuff. I wish we could get a setup like that. That'd be awesome. Anybody want to donate a tow rig? That'd be awesome. But yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully those tires do good. The last tires that I used, those same 275s, I used them until there was like no indicator left on one of the tires, and I didn't know because they still ran so good. So I think we'll be fine. They always keep the track surface really nice, so I don't think we'll have a problem. Get a couple of good passes in. How many of y'all are coming down? 20 people in the chat. How many of you are going to be here later? I think the brackets will work good out there. My buddy's 1,000 horsepower Granada works flawlessly at XRP. Okay, good. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were gonna have to run a little bit higher tire pressure than normal to keep them from shaking, because I was feeling the sidewall. They're like, it's really stiff down by where the bead is, but I mean, it feels like a straight slick above that, close to the tread. So I didn't know if that was maybe gonna shake a little bit, vibrate a little bit if I have the tire pressure too low, but man, it might turn out that this is gonna be an awesome tire for both radial prep, and maybe I can still make it work on the street. So, allegedly. Now, which brackets is he using? He's using the Hoosier ones or the Mickey Thompson ones? Let's see, from the UK. 1 second, let me fly out. Yeah. They got tracks open over there, or is everything closed down in the UK? Let's see, are you racing? You use Twitter or Instagram? Want to follow a little better? I post way more on Instagram than I do on Twitter. I actually just started doing Twitter maybe, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, so I don't really post on there too much because I don't have a whole lot of following there. Yeah, or here. I'll pop on live every now and then just to kind of let you guys know what's going on. But Instagram and Facebook, that's where I post the most. Probably Facebook more than Instagram. But yeah, and it's the same, slower than you on both. Fully closed. Oh shit. Is that because of all the crap going on, or is that because weather out there? But Freeze, yeah, I'm gonna be racing. We're just gonna be doing some grudge. Interesting on the fuel. I'm wanting to get rid of my 40-pound intercooler too instead of adding ballast. Yeah. So I think our whole system and everything, I think it was probably around 90 pounds of, water and, cooler and container and the intercooler itself and lines. Because we had everything in the back. The reservoir and the big heat exchanger was in the back, and then lines, full of water going all the way to the intercooler, and then the intercooler itself. Yeah, I think we shed about 90 pounds, and so far, so good. I've run E85 with basically no intercooler. I mean, we had the intercooler on there, but we weren't running any water through it. It was just water stagnant in there. So I'm sure it was doing some means of cooling, but we did 3 back-to-back passes. That thing had to have been just as hot as the air going through it, and I mean, based on math, it's like 370 degrees coming out of that turbo. So I know we could get by with no intercooler on ethanol, but I haven't done any testing to see how much power that's actually leaving on the table, being so hot. So I really just wanted to try this methanol thing, and there's just a whole bunch of like really interesting questions that I want to answer, and nobody has really done this. I know other people have done it, but nobody's really shared any of the testing or stuck with it. So I'm wondering if we'll run into something that, you know, it's just not going to work. You know, what is it about the fuel that nobody sticks with, mixed, that is. So as far as fuel consumption goes, it seems to be only a little bit more than E85. I don't think it's, which makes sense. I mean, ethanol has a higher demand than gasoline, but then when you mix them, obviously it's going to be a higher, you know, volume required, but not as high as going pure ethanol. Same concept goes with methanol, I assumed. They're close enough specific gravities that they mix and they stay, you know, stably mixed. And I assume that since there's 50% gas in there, that I won't need as much volume. The problem is I didn't know what, like, so when you're doing E85, you know, you're shooting for a similar lambda as you are with gasoline. So was that going to be the same as methanol? Because methanol, we use a lot lower of a lambda than gasoline. Between E85 and gasoline, there's no difference there. There's a difference in air fuel, you know, the amount of fuel that you're putting in there to achieve the same lambda reading. But with methanol, it was just completely in the dark. You know, did we have to do, you know, are we going to have to go slightly richer than what a normal lambda reading is? Like, so at idle, it seems like it liked to be down at like 13.5 instead of about 14.5. So I was like, well, shit, am I going to have to do my boost targets at like 10.5 or 10.0 or something like that for it to be happy? And I did that on the first pass and it felt slow as shit. So the second pass that I did normal targets. So I targeted about 1150, 1120 or so at 25 pounds. Nothing melted down and it felt fast as shit. So I think that's okay. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be keeping it kind of on the richer side, but I'm not going to be going to like, you know, we're targeting like 0.4 lambda with pure methanol or lower, you know, might be going even lower to get into that like, you know, 3.0, 3.5 air fuel range. So I think, I know I don't have to go that low on it. And I was really hoping that because we don't have enough spark to light that kind of air fuel anyway. Let's see, are you on the 50-50 mix right now? Yeah, that's what's in it right now. Or, well, technically I have some gas in it right now because I didn't want to leave it another week. So that was the other thing that we already tested. And you'll see this all, I've been recording all this, I just haven't had a chance to put it in a video yet. I did a bunch of, I did some fuel system changes, and then along with this 50-50 mix. And I left that mix in there for 11 days. Started right up, no problem. The fuel pump, even though the fuel pump says it's not allowed to run methanol, the fuel pumps are fine. You know, it's not eating away at my tank or anything like that. I did clog up my filters, but I think that was because it sat for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks with ethanol in it. And I know if I let it sit with the ethanol, you know, in the shop long enough, it starts to sugar up, and then I get that clogged in my filters, and it's a big pain in the ass. So I don't know yet whether that was left over from the ethanol or if the methanol is doing the same thing and clogging up the filter. So I'm gonna really stay on top of that today. That's why I'm glad there will probably be a lot of time in between passes, because I'm probably gonna pop those filters out after every pass and see if there's debris in there. But yeah, I mean, we cleaned out the debris and made another pass and everything went good. Fuel pressure didn't drop or nothing. So it's yeah, it's interesting so far. I think the fuel's gonna work out good. And I mean, based on theory, it should work out good. I mean, what's the difference between, I mean, gasoline has a close enough specific gravity to ethanol for it to mix well, and so they mix it at whatever percentage. We went from E85 to E50, and we were able to run, you know, same timing, same boost, nothing really changed. It ran exactly the same. So if we're switching over to methanol, because it's an alcohol that when it's atomized cools way better than ethanol, you know, why do we have to run pure ethanol? I don't think we do. I think to make the fuel demand, possible to do on a normal fuel system that we would do for ethanol, I don't see why you can't do that with a methanol mix too. So that's what we're figuring out right now. I'm being the test bunny for you guys, and so far so good. If we get through today and it runs the normal times that we expect it to run, I'll suggest it to other people. Methanol is cheap. All you need, like if you want to have it to where you drive it around on the street. Oh, that's the other thing. We drove it, to go get some ice cream. So it's not like some fuel that's, not streetable. You just have to have enough of it, because obviously you're not going to be able to fill up at the normal gas station. So in that sense, just get an empty 55-gallon drum, and then get a 55-gallon drum of methanol. Fill one up halfway with gasoline. Fill it up, the other half with methanol, and then fill the other halfway with gasoline, and there you go. You got 110 gallons of M50. So, obviously you don't have to do that. Right now, I was using a friend's methanol, and I just mixed it in the jugs. I just went halfway, 2.5 gallons of methanol, 2.5 gallons of 93 pump. And so far, I think I've only gone through about like 5 or 6 gallons with passes and driving around testing and troubleshooting some wiring that I had. That shit sucked. You'll see that in the video. I'm going to cut out the majority of it because I was pulling my hair out for entirely too long. It ended up being just something insignificant, some stupid issue. But yeah, I think it'll be good. So the big question is, what is is methanol itself a better cooling alcohol than ethanol is? In which case you can use the same volume of each alcohol, but methanol will be cooler when atomized than ethanol? Or is the main reason why methanol cools better because of the volume that you have to use it with? So for example, when we're running Crabtree's car at idle, if we target 6.0 stoic for that fuel, it warms up like a normal motor. But then as soon as if I target like 4.0 at idle or something like that, which is crazy that it actually still idles with such a drastic, larger amount of fuel being put in there, it literally cools the motor down. And that has no water in it, no nothing. There's no cooling system on that car. And so, is it better in cooling just because of the alcohol itself? Or is it better cooling because we're pouring so much fluid in there to take away that heat from the motor? That's what this test will basically show. Now, I won't be able to take measurements or anything like that because I can't measure the intake air temp off of, the runner. Because we're going to be inserting the fuel from the injectors. So I have no way to really measure how cool the fuel is going in there. So all we're going to be able to do is basically say, all right, are we making the same power? Or are we making more power with this fuel at the same boost levels with no intercooler? That's gotta mean that it cools better if we're making the same as with the intercooler on the other side. That's kind of how I'm gonna view it. It's not gonna be hard data. I'm sure plenty of people are gonna be like, oh, that's not really testing it. Yeah, we're still on the Snake Eater 160s as of right now. So, and that last pass that I made at 25 pounds, it was only at about 56% duty cycle. So we got a lot of pump now. So I used to have that Magna Fuel 4303, the 750, a single one. But I was running out of that on E85. That's why we went to E50. Now I just added another 750. So now it's double the pump, but same fuel lines, same regulators, same injectors. And you'll see in the videos, a couple of things went weird with that. So my return line is a -6. And now with this second pump, there's so much, volume that these pumps are putting through. I can't actually maintain base fuel pressure anymore. Base fuel pressure is being maintained by the -6 line, and so it's like 90 psi sitting there at idle. And so I don't really see my actual base fuel pressure until I start consuming some fuel from the rail. Would measuring EGTs tell you anything? No, not really. It's an expected EGT that we'll be seeing on there, but that's not really going to tell me what combustion chamber temp is when the fuel is introduced. And that's what I'm kind of curious about. So how much cooling? It's only a short, area. When we're talking about like 3 inches of introducing the fuel before it goes into the chamber. That's the only place that it has to cool. I'm going to be atomizing that fuel with 370 degree air coming in behind it, and the atomization of that fuel, how much heat can it pull out? I have no idea. But if you think about how much methanol we're putting in, if you have, a lot of guys do the sprayers, like the methanol injection, and that's putting in not that much methanol, and people are running it in place of their intercooler. So instead of running an intercooler, they're running the methanol spray in there. I think we're putting in far more methanol than that. Enough fuel that we're actually running on the methanol, not just introducing it as a cooling agent. So, and that was kind of like the balance that we were going to have to figure out, is when we're running it, what air fuel we're going to be shooting for, something closer to what methanol wants or something closer to what gasoline wants. So that was kind of the danger. The first time running it at 25 pounds, I was like, well, we may melt this shit down right now. But luckily that didn't happen. And I know you didn't log IATs before. Nope, and I don't log them now. But just based on math, if you use a rule of thumb, like 13 degrees anywhere from 12 to 14 degrees per pound of boost on top of ambient, that's what you can expect your turbo outlet temp to be, give or take. I always use 13 degrees, and so that should be anywhere from 350 to 370 degrees coming out of the turbo. So that's what my IAT is. That doesn't change, but what the temperature is after I introduce the fuel into that runner, that's going to be the big thing. So Murder just went live. He's on his way too. Yeah, excellent. Shit, he's gonna get here. Well, I don't know how far away he is. I think he's like an hour away or so. That'd be cool. Get to hang out with Murder again. I haven't seen him in a bit. An hour? Oh, okay. Tell him in chat I'm already here and he needs to drive faster. Or actually, well, I don't want to risk his... What did he say? It was like 6 years he hasn't been pulled over. That's a pretty good record. I don't want him to ruin that just to get here quicker. A couple cars in the lane, or waiting behind us now. Not too bad though. So I thought there were going to be way more people in here doing the same thing. He's a turtle on the highway. Man, I'm the same way. I drove all the way here 65 mile an hour. But I mean, that's because I drive a Ford and I'm scared that it'll break if I don't. So what's exactly going on out there? I missed the beginning. It's some big grudge weekend. I can't remember what the race is actually called. But Jesus, what's up, man? Drive faster. That's not going to happen. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Blues Nut, by the way, I don't know if Tanya messaged you today or not. I think she sent out all of your stuff, including the turbos. So it should all be coming soon. You working? Are you working tomorrow too? Well, he drives below the speed limit. Yeah, so it's same sort of thing. Any word if Booster GT made it out there? I'm not sure. Once I get in there, I'll walk around and everything, and we'll see if he's there, but I don't know for sure. I'm not really plugged in very good to this whole crowd. Yeah, I got the email for the merch. Okay, cool. Yeah, we already knew that it was going to be a long time to get the stuff because we were doing it in a pre-order scenario, but we're also having a delay on some of the shirts. So anybody who's waiting on merch, I really, really apologize. We got delayed again. The last run that we did was a little bit delayed, and we thought we were going to be on top of this one because we're actually using the company that Tanya works for, but she only does the hats. And so the stuff that she was doing, everything is ready, but she was going to hold off and send people who got a hat and something screen printed. She was going to send them all off together. But I think we're going to go ahead and send off what we have, and the stuff that's delayed will come in behind that. So hopefully these guys don't try and take my pit spot. Thank you. You guys put me on a new journey in life, and I'm excited and confused with everything I'm learning to put them on the engine. Good. Well, and by all means, ask me as many questions as you want. You know how to get a hold of me. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. You're going to like going turbo. Super cool. Big Jake's Southern No Time Nationals 3. Yep, that's the one. Yes, sir. I believe I saw boosted testing yesterday on Lookout's channel. Oh, okay. So, yeah, then he did make it because he was here. Yeah, I closed the store tomorrow. Oh, man, that sucks. Lame. Let me move this. Oh, geez. I just now got the notification for Murder going live. Shit's ridiculous. Uh-oh. One of my friends just said he can't make it. No. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, so I didn't get to do a video today. I'm kind of pissed. Or not today, but this week. Kind of pissed. It's going to slow down growth a little bit. Really disappointed. We had some good momentum going there. I wish I could do multiple videos a week, but it's hard for me to even get one. I've got like 4 videos worth backed up. I think I'm gonna skip over a couple of them and put in some, do some like double videos when I have a week where I've got some time. I think Boosted GT was at work, so he's probably there. Okay, cool. Use Murder as your pit crew. Yeah, I'll have him definitely turn on the cameras, but I gotta show him my old ass GoPros. You gotta treat him a different way. I thought he had one of them recording at one of the previous races that we went to, but he clicked it like it was one of the newer cameras and it didn't come on. I gotta run him through that. See, now I have to get a new engine to put in the Chevelle because the one that I have in it is rebuilt original and I don't think it's built for turbo. What engine are you using? Is it an LS engine? Because, man, you don't gotta have, it doesn't need to be built for turbo. I mean, if it's like just a remanufactured LS engine or whatever engine that you're using, it may just be a matter of just gapping the rings a little different. Ugh. Sorry. There's people driving through. I don't want to get ran over. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Shoot me a message of like what setup you're using. I don't know that we've talked about that before. Hopefully they'll open up these gates soon. Hopefully they're open up soon. Trying to cut in line. Sons of bitches. Yeah, I was gonna buy an LS motor. The one that I have and is a 350. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I mean, you can make that work too. The Heap. Well, his is kind of a crazy build motor. Boosted Dime, what's up, man? Chris Farley, how's life treating me? It's I cannot complain. I'm sitting here in a fold-out chair, waiting in line. Only 3 spots behind, and plenty of pit spots. Cannot complain. We're gonna get pitted here soon, once they open up. Are you racing tonight? Tomorrow? I'll be there tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be racing tonight and tomorrow, as long as the other tires work out. I think these tires are only gonna be enough for today. And then I'm going to have to switch to those new ones. And hopefully, there's some clearance issues that I might run into with the new ones. But I got some different spacers, so if I have to space it out a little bit more, I think we can still make it work. What's all done to your current motor? Just stock bottom end? Yeah, we just did, it's just LS9 head gaskets, ARP head studs, and some valve springs and retainers. Everything bottom end is completely stock. We didn't gap the rings. We didn't even look at them. And then the cam that's in it is just a stock Z06 cam. Yeah. Building a Gen 1 blow through with twins. Ooh, hell yeah. Oh, a 350. Nice. I'd put them in my new Frontier Pro 4, but it's still under warranty for 3 more years. Yeah, probably don't do that. That would be bad. What's the gap on stock rings? I have no idea, but I know even less about what the gap is on 168,000 mile stock rings. Whatever it is, it's, I guess, enough to survive the abuse that we're putting through it. Yeah, I don't really build motors. That's why I was really hoping that these stock motors would work out. Last piston I put in a car was on a B series Honda. Yeah, I'm not too sure what the ring gap is. Oh yeah, when we looked at it, we were like, look, this thing's got 168,000 miles on it. It's probably pretty loose. And honestly, if we would have put new rings in there and gapped them, I mean, I feel like it probably would have done more harm than good. I don't know how these guys, how guys normally do it, but a cylinder doesn't wear the same all the way around. Like, it tends to get kind of egg-shaped. And so if I put brand new rings in there, then it's going to be a while before, even if I change the stock gap, like, chances are there's going to be some extra, blow by from, or loss of compression from the rings not being in the same shape as the cylinder. So I don't know, you kind of make a decision there where you're like, all right, these rings I know are worn to this specific cylinder. Do I gap them? Do I take them out and gap those and try to get them in the exact same spot, or and still run the risk of it not really being a perfect seal there? Or do you just run them and hope that over the time that cylinder is now a decent amount wider, and therefore that stock gap is a decent amount wider as well? We went with the latter. I can see daylight in them gaps. Yeah, probably. I figure they're loose enough. I mean, and there's not a crazy amount of blow by either. Well, not until I hurt number 5 a while back, and so it's suddenly got some blow by. There used to be nothing. I just have those stock the ports in the valve covers. They're just open. I don't have a catch can. I don't have any lines on them or nothing, and not a whole lot comes out of them. I want to go look in a junkyard for a wrecked vehicle for an LS motor, rebuild it, and put in what I need to run them. Yeah, I mean, you can, I'd say if you're going to take the bottom end apart, you might as well put a good piston and rod in there, at least a good piston, and slightly bored out. That way you can ensure that the new rings are going in a round cylinder and they're going to seat properly. But I mean, a lot of guys gap the stock rings, so who knows? How'd you hurt number 5? I let it go a little bit too long on the fuel filters that I knew were clogging up. I start to see a little bit of drop in fuel pressure up top when I was on the ethanol setup, and that kind of gave me an indication that the fuel filters are starting to clog up. I thought I could do more passes on it than I actually could. Forgot to clean them out, and Tanya did a pass where she just, she doesn't know to let out. She's not looking at the fuel pressure, and she stayed in it and it went lean. We looked at the log, it went lean. So I'm lucky that it only hurt number 5. But yeah, number 5, we just basically swap the plug out every now and then because it gets a little bit, oily before the others. Actually, the others don't get oily at all. Just that one gets a little bit oily. But I mean, we get like 6 passes or so out of it before I have to change the plug. How long do fuel filters last? No, I just clean them out. Depends on how much the car is sitting. So on ethanol, and there's still question of what is actually forcing the production of this like sugary substance in there. People debate that all day long. It may be something to do with my wiring, actually, as odd as that sounds. Or it may just be the nature of the fuel and how much humidity we have in the air. Because when I sit it in the trailer and I leave it in the trailer for a week, it usually has enough debris in there to clog up the filters. But if I leave it in the garage where there's less heat and less humidity, it tends to last for a couple of weeks before you get any kind of significant amount of crap in there. So, hard to say. It depends on your setup. Just always keep an eye on them. if you're at the threshold of your fuel system like I was, any little amount of debris in there will significantly reduce the ability of your fuel system. So I mean, even if I have on the 85, if I have a completely clean set of filters, it's still maxing out. Like, fuel pressure still drops, but it would drop down to like 60 psi instead of dropping down to like 40. So let's see. Did you notice any increase in performance moving to the dash 12 filter? I only ran it a little bit on those, and yeah, we got a little bit of fuel capacity out of it, but not much. I mean, we were maxing out what that fuel pump, a 4-year-old fuel pump, was doing. So I didn't expect much. I expected it to sustain itself. But honestly, the Dash 12 fuel filter that I got was garbage. Don't use those Holley ones. They have a way smaller element in there than the Aeromotive ones use. So I don't know about some other ones. I don't know how, like, Weldon's filters or some other brand filters are. The Holley ones, like, compared to the body of the filter housing, the filter element itself is stupid small. And so it clogs up quicker, which pisses me off. So yeah, but no, now there's two 750s, so I have two pumps. So now we go dash 8. Hold on, I gotta move this chair. Ugh. Ugh. Give me a second. Ugh. All right, so yeah, now we go dash 8 into each of the pumps. So I got two dash 8 lines coming from the fuel tank that go into two dash 8 filters and then into each of the pumps. And then from the pump, it's dash 10 out and Y's into a dash 10, unfortunately. That should be a dash 12, but it's dash 10 right now. And it seems to be doing okay so far. Let's see, I would almost say at least a good rod. I seem to hurt rods more than I do pistons. Oh, well, that's good info. That's interesting. Is that on Gen 3 motors or Gen 4 motors too? Humidity makes sense. Yeah, so, and the humidity was kind of a curveball for me. I didn't realize that was going to be a big factor, but I was talking to a friend, Morgan, of mine, and he read something that the process of it turning back to sugar is directly in relation to the amount of water in the fuel. So coming from Colorado, where I had to leave it for like over a month for anything like this to happen, and then coming down here and it being able to happen in a week, it makes sense because there's so much more humidity here than there is in Colorado. Especially when I leave it sitting in the trailer, man. You walk into that thing, it's like a goddamn sauna. So, yeah, I think that's what's going on. But there's also some debate over whether I have some latent voltage going through my entire chassis, and therefore the tank as well. And there's actually some kind of like electrolysis going on that's promoting that change. So who knows? To be honest with you, I have no freaking clue what's going on there, but I know to stay on top of it. So yeah, I'll probably check them after each pass this event, and see if this fuel produces that just as much. I'm very curious. Both last two were Gen 4 rods bent and Gen 3 rods break. Oh, well, that's good. Murder's on the way. Yeah. Yeah, somebody mentioned that. Tell them to hurry up. Say I'm bored here talking to myself, or I'm talking to you guys, so it's cool. Dang, I thought you had more done than that. Still, that 88-103 is working. Well, so we got an 88-96 on here. I had a 75-96 on there previously, and I wanted to be able to just swap it out on the dyno. So I bought the 88-96 so that I could just take it out and put the current turbo in the existing housing. So yeah, 88-96. No, it doesn't take a whole lot, I guess, for these motors to survive a decent amount of power. It's George from Murder's Channel. Heading out, just letting you know he's on route. Oh, okay. Do they open up the gate?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Dang it. Let's see here. Is that how you say your name? Jord? Horde? I don't know how to say your name. Thanks for hanging out in my chat. Merge is gonna get angry if you're hanging out in this chat instead of his. Oh, but he's just driving. He's not even looking at chat. Dave Elmore is slow. I agree. Don't get in trouble watching videos. How do you love DFW? I freaking love it so far. The heat wasn't too bad. Like, I mean, it got hot there for a little bit, but I mean, it was tolerable. It's doable. Thankfully, I don't work outside, so not too bad. If you talk to Sean, tell him the 6-liter Wagoneer he's putting together is going to be sick. All right. Wait, which Sean are you talking about? Yeah, he's good. He's busy driving. Yeah, perfect. Let's see. Audio L. Oh, did we have a brief moment of F's? What caused the move from Colorado? Honestly, racing. Plain and simple racing. The ability to move my job without, I didn't have to change jobs. My employer didn't care where I was in the country. It was actually more beneficial for me to be in Texas because I didn't even have a site to go into in Colorado. And so just the opportunity presented itself to not really make a major financial change or work change to come down here. So we said, screw it. We've been wanting to come down here for a while because of year-round racing stuff. So, let's see. Do you do street tunes? I really, most of the time, don't. I really like to be able to verify timing on the dyno, so I 99% of the time will not do, street tune, like street only. I mean, my tunes will include street driving if it's a street car, same as they include track tuning if it's a track car, but I really like to have it on the dyno for verifying timing range. What do you think about Dave's intercooler? The two eBay water to airs. Hey man, if they work, they work. He's got sensors, so I think he knows they work. I will never ever fault or like make fun of anybody for doing something in a shitty way as long as it works. I live in Utah and thought about jumping ship. Dude, I mean, for our purposes, I mean, this is like all we do. All we do is race and stuff. So it makes sense for us to come down to an area that supports that lifestyle, that habit. There's always trade-offs though, Utah is beautiful. Definitely a lot drier, I assume. And it's hot and humid down here, that's for sure. So that's the trade-off. You get year-round racing, but man, it gets way hotter down here than it gets in Colorado. So it's just a matter of what can you deal with, what's more important. How'd you get into tuning cars? I got into tuning cars because I was too slow at working on them, is the long and short of it. I worked at a shop called SCI way back in the day down in San Antonio, Texas. And I wasn't making anybody money working on the cars. And so I asked a lot of questions about tuning. And, the guy that I worked for, Justin Bloomer and Chad, Justin was nice enough to kind of give me some pointers and promote my curiosity. And so it just kind of built from there, you know. And I got a lot of good experience down there, working with a bunch of different cars, and getting to see a bunch of different cars too, because we shared a shop with a domestic shop. So ours was an import shop, and we shared a building with a domestic shop. So I got to see a little bit of both, and just a lucky learning opportunity. Oh, I'm all about that heat, hate the snow. Oh yeah, well then Texas, by all means, jump ship, come on down. Seems like all the races are leaving Colorado. Yeah, well, I mean, it's tough when you have half of the year that you can't race, even though there's plenty of good usable days in a Colorado winter. See, that's what I really like about here is it still gets cold here. I mean, there's plenty of like 35, 40 degree days throughout the winter. I mean, it froze 4 times since we've been down here in Weatherford anyway. Yet the tracks still stay open. If it's warm enough to run, they run. And I don't know why Colorado tracks don't do that. Like, why do they just completely shut down in the winter if there's going to be plenty of 40 to 50 degree days throughout the winter? Just race during the day. So same thing with how hot it gets in the summer here. They just start racing at night. I mean, the events don't start until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and they go until like 4 in the morning. Well, you can do the same thing in Colorado. Make sure that the daytime is when these events are happening. So don't start too early. Make sure that prime time is in the middle of the day where it's going to be the warmest. And you would get plenty of days to run during the winter. More revenue for the track. H-Town Murder Squad in the house. What's up, dude? Manly Stang. Weatherford is a nice small town that's developing. Yeah, dude, we love it so far. It has that small town feel, but it has everything that you need within 15 minutes. Like, we drive from our house into town, it's about like 11 or 12 minutes, and every store that we would possibly need is there. I mean, we don't live like we're out in like way in the country where we have to like make sure that we always have food, because, you know, if we can't get into town, we would starve. It's nowhere near like that. Them streets never sleep, exactly. And that's the other reason why we came down, is even for like, you know, I think the track shut down for like maybe like 2 weeks or something. 2 weeks out of the year or some shit like that. At most 4 weeks. And during that time is prime no trailer season, which is my favorite type of racing. Manly Stonehenge had to change it up. Oh, I'll remember that when I go into Murder's Chat. They shut down the only track we had here because people were complaining about the noise. Yeah, and that's going to be the death of a lot of tracks. Same thing's going on in Colorado right now. Bandimere is actually under, you know, siege. Before all of this, COVID shit happened, and with all of the pressure that they're getting with that, they were already, I don't know, to me it seems like writing's on the wall for that track, because they sold that land, that big chunk of land that separated them from all of the houses that were already complaining about the noise. Like, that's why they have a curfew currently. All that land got bought, so there's going to be houses right across the highway, so they're going to be even more strict about curfew and about noise. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't look good. The neighborhoods always win. They will always win. So ask any track that's gone out of business, man. They guarantee they fought it. And it doesn't matter that the land was cheap because of the track there. They knew going into it that, you know, there was loud noises there. Vanderbilt will be fined. They owned the land before the land was sold. It does not matter. I'm telling you, it does not matter at all. The houses always win. And that's why I keep trying to tell people that a lot of these tracks that closed down, it was the same situation. Houses weren't there. Houses were actually cheaper to get into because the track was there. And these people, you figure that when that happens, they understand that the value of their house was low because of that going with it. Well, no, as soon as they get in there, they immediately start bitching about sound, even though they knew about it, because they know they'll win. So I mean, I hope they get through it, but I don't think it's gonna I think the houses are going to win eventually. Now, whether that is a year or 3 years down the road, we'll see. But there's going to be a lot of petitions and stupid crap that's going to go on. I don't understand how people can complain about the noise when they knew the track was there before they moved there. Exactly. 100% agree. But they do, and they win. They will have huge lawsuits coming for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the stuff that they have going on right now where they did they're being sued right now. I don't know whether it's Polis himself or whether it's like technically the Colorado state or what's going on, but they got lawsuits back and forth going on right now because you could tell they were being singled out. Because Pueblo is still operating and they're able to have track days and everything. Bannermere they were under the microscope already, and I think that's because people were already thinking about pushing them out because of those neighborhoods. Break over, gotta go back to work. All right, man, see ya. That's what happened to Kennedale track in Mansfield. Yeah, they closed down before I got down here, apparently. And yeah, I mean, that's the death of a lot of tracks, is neighborhoods. Nationwide has already pledged to host nightly cruises through the neighborhoods if it goes. Yeah. Okay. Well, no, that one's mine. I'm not in this one. This one is, I think, him. He's with the guy in the front.
He is.
Yeah. All
right.
Can
I get you to pull up, please?
We gotta do some moving.
Both of them. I'm trying to keep them off the service road right now.
All right, we gotta move up a little bit. The line is all the way to the back.
Pull up as close as you can. Hey, he's fixing to be to a point where you'll all day.
Man, I gotta pee like crazy. Alright, guys. Oh, I don't have my mount. I forgot my mount. Damn it. I gotta tell Tony to bring that. We're gonna hang out here until they move up, I guess. Actually, it doesn't look like they're moving. They're probably like, nah, screw you. Oh well. Jonathan, what's up, man? Oh, we're just hanging out waiting to get into XRP. The drift track in Mineral Wells closed too. Did it actually close already? I never got to go there. They were still doing, street-ish events there. I didn't know if it actually closed. Oh shit! Hang on. Ugh. Oh, I think Murder is going to. Yeah, I guess he's on the way. Squeezed in real tight. Already in line? Yeah, already in line. I know, I'm actually early. We were the third car in the line. Yes, sir. Yeah, I didn't want to get a crappy spot because I knew a bunch of the spots already got taken from yesterday. So I wanted to get here early enough. Ben says, yeah, local DFW guy here. Oh, awesome. Hell yeah. Are you going to be here today, Ben? Let's see. I have a 1992 Nissan D21, and I'm having some braking light issues, like the brake lights themselves. Check that little sensor down by the pedal. I hear there's private testing right now. No, there was private testing yesterday. Nobody's running the track right now. We've been here for probably about an hour and a half, and nobody's running. So, private testing did happen yesterday, though. It was like $250 to test, and that's why all of these guys are already pitted here. Is this a no prep event? No, it's like radial prep event. Mini sticky. No, working right now. Oh, okay. Working right now and watching me. Nice. Working, hardly working then, not working hard, right? Yeah, no, this is gonna be, I mean, XRP, I don't think XRP really does no prep stuff. I think it's always lovely prep. So. Tom Celica, hot damn. Hey, let me know, because there's like more and more people coming into the chat right now, even though we've been on for about an hour. Did you guys all just get the notification recently, or just stumble in here after getting the notification a while ago? How do you like Yellow Belly? Oh, I love me some Yellow Belly. I really do. I like exactly where that track surface places you. Like, one, it's legal there, so obviously I don't have to worry about cops. And it's like a really, really, really fast street. I don't know, I don't like it when people say, oh, it's worse than the street. It is flat out not worse than the street. That surface is better than the best street, but it's a shitty track. Like, it's a bad track surface, but it is better than a street surface. At least most street surfaces. I'm sure there's streets out there that are pretty much the same thing. But those are the ones that get traveled a lot and you know, really like put a lot of rubber down in prep. Oh, hang on, we gotta go sign. Hello. Yep, I will. Here, can you hold that? Talk to, I think there's like 3,000 people on there. Just talk to them.
Hi.
I'm just kidding, there's not 3,000.
Yeah, I
There's
see
only
it's,
like 30.
yeah.
It's like I usually have more than that. on your channel. Cool, thanks. All right. Good to go. That kid was probably like, only 30? Jeez, noob. I know. You got some Liam tires? I mean, I got some tires. Yeah, they're pretty Liam-ish. They got probably 5 passes on them, maybe, or 5 passes left on them, I should say. Yeah. So it's gonna be. Hopefully they make it through the day. I got the new tires, or I got the new tire at the house, and then the second tire is supposed to be coming in later today. So I'm gonna get those mounted tomorrow morning before I come here and put those on. Hopefully they fit, because it is a bigger section width. So kind of worried. Murder was wondering if the line is long to get in. So they've only got 1 row filled right now. I don't know if they're gonna fill the second row, but it's just now gotten to the road. So it's not crazy yet, but it's 1 full line of the lanes to come in. I think they're gonna start filling the second lane here shortly. So that way he won't be stuck in the road, hopefully. So we'll see. Did I miss? I probably missed some stuff. Oh, Tom, you did just get the notification. Okay, yeah, YouTube's pissing me off. They don't share my videos. They don't share my stuff. She was not impressed. Yeah, exactly. Tanya is going to be coming later. She's at work right now. She's gonna head home and check on the animals, and then she's gonna head out here later tonight. So, yep. I don't get off until 3, and the line is gonna be yeah, it probably will be to 20 by then. It's gonna be a nut house. Maybe it won't be as bad until later on. I was surprised. I thought the line was gonna be crazy right now, but when I showed up like an hour and a half ago, and I thought it was already gonna be out the road. But surprisingly, it was only us 3 for like until about maybe 20 minutes ago. Robert, tonight's just it's all grudge. Need to get in with the Time Attack guys in Crescent, Texas. big money with those guys at the track. Crescent, huh? I'll have to look and see how far that is from me. The weather looks good. Sun just came out. It was like kind of overcast for a while there, but it's all out now. Sun is good. Yep. Exciting. I'm probably gonna have to sign off here in a little bit once they start moving. I think they're gonna start going soon. Gotta go be a teacher. Damn, coronavirus turned me into my child's teacher. Oh shit. All right, well, learn them well. We got a race for Track Burger. Liam against Bob. I'm down. Or what's the, are their burgers pretty good? Or their ultimate nachos or nacho fries or something? Yeah, we'll race for some track food. It'll be fun. Get my ass handed to me. When's that thing gonna be back out? Crescent is near Granbury, Texas. Okay, Granbury. Oh, Granbury's close to us. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Good luck. Catch you later on Murder Stream. All right, man. Victor, have a good one. We'll see you later. I need to get some cash so I can grudge race you in order to continue to test and tune. Yeah, exactly. We just need to bring it. We don't actually have to exchange any money. We can just bet for like hundreds of dollars and they don't need to know. Actually, if they don't have to hold the cash, then we could just say we're betting for 1,000. We're doing it via PayPal. I don't know. Get all the test and tunes. Yeah, thousands. There you go. They'll start announcing it, and they'll be like, why aren't these guys ever exchanging money? And they've raced 5 times. Do they really have that much money? Yeah, we rich. Finally got moved. Oh, that's right, you were moving. Okay, awesome. I have too much left to do. Lots of Dominator wiring to do. Ugh, wiring. I don't want to talk about wiring anymore. Can you do a meet and greet? You know, yeah, we probably should do that one day. I'll talk to Tanya. She's got all the ideas. Yeah, we should probably do that. I mean, I'd like to start just kind of announcing where we're going to be a little bit better. Like, I should have made a post on here a while back, like earlier this week, to say that we were going to be here. That way people can make plans and come out and hang out. Because this is going to be a really good event for that. Because I don't think it's going to be rushed. I'm not going to be trying to get, like, you know, pass after pass after pass. Because I know it's going to be crowded. And they're going to have a lot of grudge racing where nobody can do any runs. So there's going to be a lot of time to just, like, hang out and talk. Am I racing tonight? Yeah, we'll be racing tonight. Have you been to any pull and pays in Texas? Compare the prices to Colorado. I haven't been there yet. We haven't broken motor yet, so I haven't had to go and get another one, but they say that they're really cheap. I don't know if the one that we like to use, if L33s are like aluminum ones, are cheap. I know the prices in Colorado were going up like crazy for anything aluminum, and I'm not too sure if it's like that here. I'll have to ask around. You like Mega Squirt? Yeah. Mega Squirt is great for the price. I do like that. How many horses you have on the truck again? Depends on what we do today. I don't know. Solid 500 at least. That's what we're supposed to do today, right? I mean, like, when in Rome, right? I'm at a grudge race, so I'm supposed to just spout out random bullshit about the truck and not give anybody a clear idea of what it can run. That's just how it goes today. I'm just playing the part. I've heard prices in Texas are like bottom of the barrel, like $500 for, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. Oh yeah, I'm gonna send it pretty hard today. I'm gonna try to really determine whether this fuel is going to work out. Like, so if you guys weren't on earlier where we were talking about it, I've already done some testing with it last weekend. It's currently on the 50-50 methanol and 93 pump gas mix. I have a VG30 in the D21. Oh damn, that's cool. Any ideas what I should do on the first mods? You know, I don't know how strong those motors are. I'm not super familiar with them, but I mean, if they can handle a decent amount of power, I'd say, you know, put a decent turbo setup on there. Engine management. get good engine management before anything. Fuel system, engine management, and then start thinking about what power adder you want to use. I guess that would be the best advice there. Truck running that fast, 18-second pass. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I was running like, I was running like 7s the other day, so I can at least do that in the 8th. But all right, I think they're moving us forward, so I'm gonna have to let you guys go. But yeah, I'll try to go live a little bit later because there's still gonna be hours and hours before we actually get to racing. So I'll go live again. Make sure all you guys have notifications on, and like the video as soon as you get into it so that it'll bring more people in there earlier. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.